Hello, it's Rashmir here. And in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about mindset, and in particular, something I've been noticing about mindset. So what I've been noticing over the last year is that it's usually men that raise the topic of mindset or speak directly to mindset with me. It's never my female clients or my female friends or my female colleagues. It's almost always the men. And I've sort of puzzled over this over the last several months and wondered, well, why is this? And I don't have a definitive answer, of course, but here's my hypothesis. Women are much more willing to talk about emotions. They're much more willing to talk about what they're feeling and what's going on, and then allow that to lead wherever it will, which is often to a place that includes mindset. Men, on the other hand, who tend to be much more concerned about emotional security than women, their entry point might be mindset. So it may be a question, how do I manage my mindset? Or how do I stay positive, which is really a mindset question, right? How do I shift my mindset in order to be more effective? So what the men aren't saying is how they're feeling. They're not saying what emotions they're experiencing. And actually, often when I ask questions about that, it's quite difficult initially to find out what's really at play underneath. And so I've come to the conclusion, and share a comment and let me know if this is your experience and your thoughts as well or not. Maybe you have a different view. But I've come to the conclusion that mindset is a relatively safe entry point into the deeper stuff for men. And there's a couple of reasons for this, right? Because they might find it harder to name their emotions or to speak about emotions. That's not generally been allowed, for younger boys or for men growing up. And then the other reason is, in our current world, it's actually become increasingly okay to talk about mental health, but it's particularly okay to talk about mindset. There's a lot of literature and research now about mindset, particularly how to maintain a positive mindset, right? So all the stuff coming out of positive psychology. There's also quite a lot of literature now and a lot of interest in how do you shift from a growth mindset, from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, or how do you maintain a growth mindset. And so it's relatively safe and acceptable to talk about that. Still much harder to dig deeper, to go underneath that to what's going on internally. What are the questions that are arising? What are the thoughts? What are the feelings that are at play? What are the emotions and how do they interact with the thoughts? Because really that is a larger part of mindset as well. So maybe I'll just wrap this up by saying, for me, one of the reasons I don't usually start with mindset with my clients, many of my clients are women, not all, but many, is because we don't need to. It's a very natural place to go when the entry point is a situation or a challenge, and we talk about what's going on in the inner world, what the feelings are, what the thoughts are that are arising. And the truth is, mindset is really just one component of a larger paradigm that people tend to be in. And if they are coming to me for transformational coaching, chances are they're just ready to shift that paradigm. That paradigm is somehow no longer serving them, but that paradigm incorporates mindset. It is not mindset alone. And again, women naturally have a more holistic approach. And so they might be ready, willing, and able a little quicker than men to speak to the larger elements of that paradigm. That's my thinking on it anyway, having reflected on this conundrum for the last several months. If you have a different view, I'd love to hear it. If you agree, do let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.